Welcome back to Ali Bros. Today we deal with the topic ledger accounts, and it is a topic of +1 third chapter. Okay. And at first we say something regarding single column cash book. How to prepare single column cash book. We already dealt with this topic in our previous session. What are the different types of cash books? They are single column cash book, double column cash book, and triple column cash book. In the single column cash book, there will be one amount column, and in the double column cash book, there will be two amount columns for cash and bank, and in the case of triple column cash book, there will be three amount columns such as cash, bank, and discount columns. Now we deal with how to prepare or enter transactions in the single column cash book. A single column cash book format will be like this. At first we have to divide the page into two equal parts. Left side and the right side will be there. Left side is called debit side and the right side is called credit side. And this is cash book. This is single column cash book, which is otherwise called simple cash book. And on the debit side, there will be a date column, rightmost an amount column, then a ledger folio column, then a receipt number column. These are the columns that appear on the debit side of the single column cash book. Date column, the next column is particulars column, then receipt number. Receipt number consists of the receipt number of our amount received, and then ledger folio column, then amount column. Similar to this, on the credit side, there will be date column, here an amount column, then journal folio, then voucher number. These are the columns. The large column is called particulars column. How to enter transactions in this book, in this simple column cash book? The procedure is like this. At first we have to analyze a transaction. I write a transaction here. It is started business with a cash 10,000. If this is a transaction, we have to consider ourselves as the business, and when we record this transaction in our books, this is a cash book. The principle is all receipts, all income, all receipts should be posted on the debit side, and all payments should be posted on the credit side. In this transaction, when we start business with the cash, the business receives cash. And we know that two aspects regarding this transaction are cash and capital. The cash book is here. The another aspect is capital. As cash comes into the business, it is a receipt to the business. So it should be debited in this particular column. After writing the date, we write as capital. Means amount came into the business in the form of capital. It's rupees 10,000. So when money comes into the business, it is to be shown on the debit side. Consider another transaction. Paid cash to Mr. A, 1000. If you consider this transaction, we are paying money to Mr. A, 1000 rupees to Mr. A. So money goes out of the business. When money goes out of the business, it should be considered as payment. So all payments should be written on the credit side. Since cash is paying to Mr. A, on the credit side, after writing up the date, we show Mr. A, and the amount is shown on the credit column. Another transaction, purchased goods, rupees 2000. When we make purchase of goods, when we purchase goods from somebody else, we are paying cash. So it is payment. So this payment is to be shown on the credit side. One aspect is purchases, another aspect is cash. And in this cash book, the aspect of purchase should be credited because it is a payment. So we write here, after writing the date, purchases. Now consider another transaction. Sold goods for 5,000. When we make sales, definitely cash comes into the business. So it is to be considered on the receipt side. One aspect is cash, another aspect is sales. So the sales aspect should be shown on the debit side. After writing the date, sales will be shown here. Okay. In this way, all receipts are to be debited with this cash book and all payments are to be credited. After writing up this cash book, we have to balance it. The balancing procedure. How to balance an account? It is a process of taking the totals of debit and credit sides, and after comparing which side is the highest, and we will write the difference on the on a particular site where the amount is below the total. So we have to check the totals of both sides. The process is called balancing. How to balance an account? First thing, we have to take the totals of both the sides, debit and credit side, on a rough basis. Here 1000 and 2000 are there. So 3000 is the total of these sides. I write just here 3000 is the total of this side. And when we come to this side, on the debit side, two amounts are here, 10,000 and 5,000. So 15,000 is the total here. Actually, we have to take this total on rough basis. Then we check where the amount is the highest. Here, debit side is the highest amount. After leaving space to write the 2 or 3 items, we have to write the total on the highest side. Here debit side is the highest side, so we are writing the total on the debit side. It is 15,000. The same total should be shown on the credit side also, but corresponding to this total on the opposite side we write the same total. So the process is find where is the highest total. In this case, the debit side has the highest total. We total to the debit side, and then the same total will be shown on the other sides corresponding to the total. Then find out the difference between these sides. We know that on the debit side there was a total of 3,000. So on the credit side there was a total of 3,000, and on the debit side it was 15,000. Consider the difference. The difference is 12,000. This 12,000 should be shown here. Only then it will be possible to make the account tally. Now 10,000 plus 5,000, 15,000. The debit side total is 15,000, and consider here 1,000 plus 2,000 plus 12,000. Here also 15,000. Now the total gets tallied. This 12,000 is denoted as balance carried down. Balance carried down. After writing balance carried down, we have to write or brought down this balance on the other side. That means here balance carried down appears on the credit side, so the balance should be brought down to the debit side below the total column. Balance B/D means balance brought down. The same amount 12,000 will be shown here. So this is the process of totaling. I explained the process of totaling once more. Consider both the sides and find where is the highest total. When we considered both the sides, this amount column shows the highest total, and we wrote the total amount here, and the same total should be shown on the other side also, and then find the difference between the debit and credit totals. Debit total it was 15,000 and credit total it was 3,000. 15,000 minus 3,000, that's the difference. It is shown here 12,000 here as balance carried down. After writing this balance carried down, we have to bring these two brought down to opposite sides. Balance brought down. So it is a process of balancing the cash book. This balancing process is applicable to all the accounts in the same manner. Now how we solved the balancing process of this cash book? This is applicable to all types of accounts. Okay, so this is all with the preparation of single column cash book. In the single column cash book, all receipt should be shown on the debit side and all payments should be shown on the credit side. Then we will take the account balanced.